All right, we're going to start today and just let Coach make a quick statement, and then we'll go to questions. Coach?
Yeah, it was, I think, a game of tale of two halves, right? First half, we did start well in the first 10 minutes, possessing the ball and playing the way we wanted to play. And then credit to Washington. That's why they're such a good team, and they made it difficult for us and got a couple of goals. But second half, we responded exactly as expected from our team. We came out on the front foot. We were aggressive, and we created all sorts of problems for them. And I thought we were actually in a much better team. 2 goals. One was offsides by just a little bit, and that first one was, whether it was a foul or not, I have to go back and see it in video. But the team responded, as I said, as expected, and with a really good attitude. So it's great to see.
All right, thanks, Coach. We do have a hybrid press conference today, so we will open up to questions in the room first. Roy?
All right. Hi, Albertin. Thank you for the time, as always. I wanted to start off just by asking about those 2 near goals. I know it happens, it's part of the game, but what does that tell you about how close this team might be to being able to fully capitalize on chances like that?
Well, we're very close, and we know that. And I was telling some of our friends here at Washington that, we're going to get them. We're going to get them one of these times. And we know they fear us a little bit because of what we're capable of doing. I thought last year in the playoffs, we outperformed them in the first half. They outplayed us in the second half, so it could have gone either way. This game, they outperformed us in the first half. We outperformed them in the second half. And I think could have gone either way. So a lot of credit to our team and the players in believing that we can come out here to an excellent against an excellent team and have a performance like we did in that second half. It's all about the belief, and they understand that. I think there's maybe a little bit of doubt in the first half to a certain extent, and we were a little bit too conservative. But I'll take responsibility for that. We were trying to defend and make it difficult for them. And it's just that second goal, it could have been a foul or not. We didn't think it was a foul. Z came in with a hard body, and then our goal, it was called against us, right? So that's football, but we'll get it to go our way soon.
And then just one more, I'll let the Zoom go afterward, but just thinking about, I know you guys played game 1 with that more aggressive 3 in the back, or that clearer 3 in the back, and it seemed like it was a little more traditional today. How much of that is matchup dependent versus just getting a sense of who is best in what particular formation?
Well, it's a little bit of both, but today was more match dependent, and we had a very good game in our 4-3-3. It's something we feel very comfortable with, and we defended well in it last weekend against Louisville, and we thought this would be what would help us out to win this game. And again, it's just, it's a fine line whether you get it right or not, and it just had to do a little bit more with us being aggressive, which we showed in the second half, and being a little bit more of a threat getting in behind.
All right, thanks, Roy. We do have a question on the Zoom. We're going to open it up to Brian G. Brian, go ahead.
It seems so far this season that Taylor Huff, how you have her taking the 3 kicks, but in play, she's so often the facilitator of good offensive chances. How much of this is just how you planned it, and how much is her just taking control?
It's a little bit of both. So as a coach, you have to give a player like that the freedom to go and find the ball, find the right pockets, and we're also able to create it. So she has a good sense of the game, great understanding of it. So you don't want to necessarily limit her, and she does her defensive responsibilities. So that's obviously why we brought her on, and the addition of Carly Lima as well. And then when Hannah gets here, it's we've got 3 players that we know are going to have a really positive impact on this team. And yeah, as you just asked, there's a reason why you're asking about Taylor. And this is only her 3rd game as a pro, and look at the effect that she's having. So it's only going to get better, and we're going to continue giving her that freedom. And once she starts understanding how to connect a little bit better with her forwards, and the forwards understanding how she plays, I think there's a lot of good to come.
Carly Lima. Carly seems to be making sure that she's in Taylor's line of sight every time she has the ball near the net. Is that something you're noticing and encouraging?
So
with the two of them?
I missed the first part. Did you say Carly?
Carly Lena.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it seems like
yep.
she's trying to be in that line of sight, going, "Hey, if she sees me, I'll be her."
Yeah, no, she is, and they've actually become very close friends, and that also helps, right? So that chemistry is going to continue to grow, and I think it's going to be quite lethal this season.
All right, thanks, Brian. We're going to go next to Marco Ukulovic. Marco?
Hey, Coach Marko Ukalovic, Barry Sports Wrap. And those two set pieces that they scored on, and where it has kind of able to sneak her way out, is that just more of them watching the ball and not the player at that point, or how do you explain how those two got in like that?
Yeah, so in the first one, I still have to go and look at it a little bit more. We just didn't apply pressure to the ball early enough. And the second one was we were in a good spot, and if you watch the film, Hatch, it hits her. She didn't see it coming, right? So we're tight, and it's hard to really answer it right now without going back to the film because we've done quite well in set pieces this season, and we've worked on them. But yeah, I did a hard one to answer. But when I did go back on my iPad, it was just like, we just mistimed it, and then all of a sudden it hit someone's head, not even knowing, and it trickles in. And the first one I can't really talk too much about because I don't remember it well.
And then, offensively, you guys really dominated that second half with chances. I believe the corner kicks were 8-0. It just seems like you're just so snake bit, and we have the worst luck against this team. How else can you explain this?
Well, the way we explain it is it eventually has to turn around, right? And I'm a big believer in that. But as long as we can give us these opportunities and leave on a positive, because the way we played that second half, it just gives us a lot of confidence, and it shows our players and this to have the belief that we can go up against anyone. And the fact that we were all over them in that second half. They didn't really have answers for us except maybe one or two times on a counter that our play broke down. But that's what we're going to be able to do this season, and that's what I'm asking the players. So, if you do that enough times, I think you'll end up with the 3 points more often than not.
All right, thank you, Marco. We got another question in the room, Rowie?
Yep, just one more, just following up on the 2 goals. I know this was a homecoming game for Jordan. How much did you talk with her about sort of meeting the moment in front of so many of her family and friends? And how did you what was your read on her performance tonight?
So I thought Jordan, not only tonight but all season long with our games and during preseason, she has excelled. And I keep saying this, we brought her in for a reason. We thought she could be a possible number 1, and she's proven that she can. Those 2 goals, there's nothing she could do about it. She was confident with the ball at her feet. She made the saves that she needed to. At the very end of the game, when they had a counter there as we were pressing, they took a shot which was difficult to hold on. She could have easily just bounced that ball out, and there was a player there ready for a rebound, and she held on to it. So she's playing with a lot of confidence, and I'm happy for her, and she's going to have a stellar season.
And did you sense any different energy from her with her family and that in town?
No, not necessarily, because she's been locked in all 3 games. I mean, she comes in, she's just excited, and she's making the most of her opportunities. So, best.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
That's all I've got. Thank you.
All right, well, that's it for Coach. We'll be back in just a moment with Abby Dahlkemper and Tess. All right, we are back, joined today by Tess Boade and Abby Dahlkemper. Again, we have a hybrid room today, so if you have a question on the Zoom, just let us know. We will get you called on. But we're going to open up in the room first. Theo?
Theo Lloyd-Hughes with Sports Illustrated. Unlucky tonight, I guess, just off the bat. How are you both feeling after that?
Yeah, I think disappointed. I think we came into this game knowing we can win, as opposed maybe to last year expansion side. But this team, we know what we're about. We want to win every game we play. I think the first half maybe we could have pressed a little higher and didn't allow them time and space. But I think credit to our team for coming in the second half and really suffocating them, I think. And we did everything but score.
Yeah, I mean, I think I echo that. Obviously, we want to win every game. But with that being said, I think there's a lot of positives to still take from this. It's still early. There's nothing... We're not going to get too down on ourselves about this. But I think we're really excited about how we turned it around and had a lot of chances. Obviously, 2 goals being called back is always frustrating as well. But I feel like we kept kind of pounding them after that as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it was communicated to you, but I think there was no shot from the Spirit between minute 35 and minute 95. They went in a whole hour without an attempt, which
Well,
is...
that's a great stat.
That's some...
I'll take
that's
that,
some,
yeah.
But I guess people say salt in the wound, that's some sugar in the wound. I did want to ask you a little bit about some of the battle, we saw a lot of confusion, kind of maybe between the ref, when the ball could be restart, whose ball it was on free kicks. Can you tell me a little bit about what was going on there? Was it a miscommunication with the ref? Was it just, players getting into a bit of a scuffle?
I mean, I think Audi is a great environment to play in. I think every time we've come here, like our playoff game last year, like things just get intense. I also think we like to pride ourselves on being a tough team to play. Like, we're not going to put up with that. So I think that you just probably saw both of us, each team kind of butting heads on some things there. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a battle. It's a tough game, and I think obviously being down 2 goals after that, we want to get the ball in play. We want to play. We want to attack. We want to be dangerous. So I think it was about maybe them trying to delay play and us wanting to play quicker. So yeah.
Rudy,
Yeah, I'm interested in sort of the difference between playing the 3-back in game 1 versus switching to the more traditional 4, and what that has been like, what you see as sort of the pros, cons, the different opportunities, how it played into playing 4 versus the Spirit, what did they bring to the table that made that feel like the right move?
I think speaks volumes to our team and the players we have that we can play multiple formations, and we're a little bit unpredictable and what we can show up and play in, and that's credit to the players we have, the coaching staff, for setting us up for success. And I think just that unpredictability just keeps teams guessing, and I think we're very capable of playing in a 3-back or a 4-back, and you saw a difference, obviously, when we pressed higher, rotated hard into their wing backs, kind of locked them on one side, and they really didn't have an answer in the second half. So I think it's just great moving forward for our team to be able to play multiple formations.
And then I'm also just interested in the dynamics of having a sibling showdown. And what it was like to see Meg on the other side. I know she didn't really get to play all that much,
right.
But just seeing her pre-game and post-game,
Yeah.
and it just felt like so much of a family show. I know Jordan Silkowitz's family was here, but what was it like for you to be playing opposite your sister?
Yeah, I mean, family is the best part of it all. So tonight was it was conflicting, right, because we lost, so there's a tough aspect of tonight as well. But no, it was really cool getting to see Meg out there, and just after all of our years and both of us playing professional, and then the whole fam was here today. So it was really special. Media ate it up, and I think my family was like, why are all these cameras in our face? But it was awesome.
And then, do you know how they dressed up? Did they have a split jersey or anything like that?
So since Meg is new to the Spirit, they didn't have any gear yet, but they started the game in Bay gear and somehow ended the game in Spirit gear. They, I think, mobbed the team store. So.
And how does that make you feel?
We're a split household, so as long as we've got gear, if they have a Bay shirt under or on top or something, just somewhere on the body, we're good.
Totally get it.
All right, we do have a couple questions on the Zoom. We're going to start off with Brian.
Good evening, ladies. Sorry about the loss tonight. But Tess, you had that chance at the 95th minute where it looked destined to go in, just missed a little bit. But the way that like Taylor Huff is like facilitating all of the forwards, all of the midfielders, how is that making you feel hopeful for the future this year?
I actually didn't catch the last part, but I think.
How is that making you feel hopeful for the offense the way it's going to go this year?
Yeah. I mean, I think Taylor and also Carly are fantastic additions to the roster. I think they both are great for our attack and also really great mindset defensively. I think you can see with each game, Taylor's getting on the ball more, having more confidence going forward, and I mean I think that she's just blending super well with the team, and it's really exciting. I have a really fun time connecting with her, so it's only up from here, I think.
And then for you, Abby, Joelle's been kind of, is new to playing that center defensive back role, but with you next to her, she seems more and more comfortable with it. How is that progressing with your partnership back there?
Yeah, I think it's hard to change positions in general, but I think in this league, one of the best leagues in the world, and Joe's been, amazing. Such a pro. I think, she does film. She wants to learn. She wants to, be the best she can be in that position. And you see, her evolution, like even me and Tess, like just from preseason and into this third game, I think, she's so good on the ball. She defensively is in really good spots, and I'm just happy to help in any way I can. And I'm really, really proud of Joe, and I think it's just only up from here for her, and she's been doing awesome, and I'm just really proud.
All right, thanks, Brian. We're going to go next to Marco.
Good evening, ladies. Sorry about the tough loss as well. Tess, I'm not trying to get you fined here, but it just seemed like there was that one play late in the match where you literally are being thrown down in the box, and then they had a ticky-tack call with Rachel that took away your first goal. So did you maybe feel like the refereeing or the officials were a little one-sided tonight?
I mean, there was a lot of, I think, back and forth, some pretty chippy fouls. I mean, in my opinion, I think, the foul that, led to their goal, I'm probably not blowing a whistle on that. I think the ref did do a great job at managing a lot of the different things. I think that she really, nipped a few things in the bud along the way. Always frustrating when, you want a PK, don't get it, things like that. But, yeah, I mean, I'm not really walking away with too much animosity in the game. I think in the moment it definitely was frustrating, but yeah, I think there were also things we could have done better just to manage it ourselves as well.
Hey, but one thing you guys did do really well in that second half was really control the pace of the game. You had the chances, you had 8 corners, they had 0. So this question's for both of you. Do you feel like there was some confidence gained against this team that you, even though you still haven't beaten them yet, but were able to outplay them tonight, and going forward, has this make this kind of a rallying cry for you guys?
Yeah, I think for us it's just about focusing on us and getting better each game. And it's game 3 out of a very long season. Like Tess said, we're not going to get too low, we can't get too high. We just tackle what's in front of us. And yeah, I think I'm just again proud of the group for kind of this resilient second half, and we gave everything we had and came up short, but I think just definitely gives us confidence, and there's positives to take from it, but focusing on the positives, but also just learning from this game and just focusing on what we can control, which is the next day ahead of us, and then looking forward to game 4, and I don't even know when, but soon.
All right. Thanks, Marco. Any questions in the room?
No,
Okay,
Thank
well,
you so
that
much.
is it for us
Thank you,
tonight.
guys.
Thank you, everybody.